On to you, Pisces, you have the Hermit, the Six of Swords, and then you have the Page of Pentacles. These three cards. So okay, so you Pisces are looking again. Y'all took a couple of weeks off from, just chilling out. A lot of you are still open to date. The Page of Pentacles, though, a lot of you are working on something. A lot of you are concentrating on working on something more, like I said, money, more practical, though. Yeah, you're working on something more practical. Then you have the Knight of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. There's a sense of you going out and speaking to people and getting to know them. But again, same thing as the last time, not really trying to make it very difficult. Not trying to make it difficult on yourself where you're taking the rejection on. You're not really taking the rejection on. There's a sense of you, not even you, again, like you're trying to get to know some people, but there's a sense of you, Pisces, working on things that are more grounded. Like I said, your job occupies a lot of your time. The Five of Cups, you don't really have a lot of time in order to really get to know somebody else, but you're still trying to look, though. But I just see that may not necessarily be the highlight. It's more so a sense of just trying to have a life, just trying to have some sort of work-life balance where you're trying to have a more complete life. Your job is occupying the majority of your time. A lot of you Pisces don't necessarily mind that per se, as long as you get a certain amount of time to actually live your life outside of your job. Your job can't become your whole life. The Two of Pentacles, the Magician. Yeah, some of you Pisces may even go out to hang out on a couple of dates and all of that. But I'm not necessarily seeing anything too serious as of now, right? Says the Fool. You're really just trying to see who is who, build that rapport. Rapport is very important. For anybody who's watching, rapport is very important. Whether you're trying to build a relationship or whether you're trying to have romantic fun with somebody, rapport is very important. Like I said, it's very important. You know what I'm saying? It's very important. Because what's happening here is, like I said, a lot of you are looking for love, but a lot of you are not, a lot of you are not like straining yourselves and burning your energy out in order to find it. Getting burnt out, trying to go out on dates every couple of days to see who is who. There's a sense of you Pisces are a little bit more content with where you are right now in your life. At least you have work-life balance, which is what it is that you wanted in the first place. There's also a sense of, well, then you have the Page of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. Right? Page of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. A lot of you Pisces also may think that there's so much, there's other things to do as far as, you've been preoccupied with your job for so long. One thing that I'm seeing right? This Knight of Pentacles, you've been preoccupied with the same old stuff as far as your job and trying to get to know people for so long. A lot of you Pisces are just trying to figure out what are some other things that you Pisces are actually also interested in yourselves that you may want to find as a hobby, or get into yourselves. And what it is I'm seeing here for you Pisces, what it is I'm seeing here for you Pisces is that there's just a brand new layer of what is it that you legitimately want to do with your time. You know, what exactly is it that you Pisces do want to do? And I'm seeing how a lot of you Pisces want to do a lot. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. You would like to get to know somebody else. One person, right? Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. What I suggest you Pisces do, like I have said, I don't know if I said it to Pisces, I don't know if I said it to y'all, but one thing that I suggest for you is to make a list and then look at your list about the things that you legitimately want to do, and then cross off those things and just decide and just go through it. You know, actually do those things on your list. I have a list myself of things that I want to do, and I just want to make sure that I actually get a chance to do all of those things on those lists, if not most of it. And I've done a lot of those things on the list. I've actually done a lot of those things on the list. But that's my point though, right? You are striving to not be so as stressed as you used to be with relationships, with work, and more so get more of a bang out of life instead of just doing one particular thing and doing it well. It's more so about like learning how to have a life, learning that everything doesn't have to do with just disappointment and then going to work with disappointment because of relationships that are not working out, right? Because sometimes you Pisces have to deal with that, right? It'll be like you got to deal with disappointment and then you got to go to work. You know, disappointment and then you got to go straight to work. And then you work and then you got to come back. You know what I mean? And then it's like you have to deal with that at when you get back, you know. But then you got to experience that before, you got to experience the disappointment right before you leave. And then you got to go out into the world and bear that smile and then go ahead and handle your business and then come back and then deal with it when you come back. And so I'm seeing how a lot of you Pisces, y'all are not looking for that, you know. If a person is a disappointment to you, you're just going to get rid of them. Like, okay, whatever, you know. There's a big sense of that. There's also a sense of not being caught up with allowing people to disappoint you. You know, if they, you know, break your heart or whatever, that's them. But you're not taking them seriously. Let's clarify the Page of Swords. Two of Cups, Six of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, the Emperor, and then you have the Three of Wands. Again, this is a matter of work and life balance. The Two of Cups, the Six of Wands, right? The Seven of Pentacles. There's a sense of you Pisces basically wanting to know. There's a sense of you Pisces basically wanting to know if a person only is hanging out with you for convenience, right? Or getting to the bottom of if a person is hanging out with you for convenience or versus if they actually really want to get to know you. The Two of Cups, the Six of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles is you, getting to know somebody and all of that, and looking for it, says the Two of Cups, looking for it and all of that, but also, like I said, being mindful, paying attention to it, and again, just looking for it, and just looking for it in the sense of, are they going to disappoint you? The Seven of Pentacles is about what you can grow. The Six of Wands is about moving away from, right? So it's moving away from only relationships, like I've been talking about, while still wanting to be in one, but looking at what you can do, looking at what other aspects of your life you can have. Like I said, it's about work and life. So other elements of your life is relationships, but it's also a lot of other things too. Hobbies, different aspects of other pieces of your career. Maybe, you may start up or have a business. You're trying to build one. And so, because of it, you're looking at that. And see, then you have the Emperor and the Three of Wands. And, these two cards here speaks to, and just not really looking at only relationships or only work, or only this, or only that. It's more so about bringing all of that stuff together. And a lot of you are looking at that for your enjoyment. There's a sense of a lot more enjoyment coming your way because you're not looking at one part of your life, which you shouldn't do. You should always look at different aspects of your life and just look to put it all together, And I'm not just saying that because the reading came up. That's true. You shouldn't look at just one aspect of your life and just be like, oh, well, this is the only part that matters. You should really look to put it all together, because that's when the fun happens. The fun comes from the variety and the freedom to actually do your own thing when you want to, or when it's necessary for you to. But the freedom and the enjoyment comes from the variety. If you do one thing, you start to not enjoy it anymore. You stop enjoying it. So what happens is that you can literally have way more fun if there's a time for you to go to work. Then you pick up that paycheck. Then you out here trying to get to know people, but you're not spending a whole lot on trying to go out on these dates, right? Then, then you're also working on your hobbies. Then you're doing your own thing here. Then you're getting good quality sleep. Then you know what I'm saying? That's where the fun is. The fun and what makes things interesting is the variety. You dig what I'm saying? So a lot of you Pisces are learning how to have a lot more fun. I'm not saying that you didn't have fun, but what I'm saying is that you Pisces, right, sometimes you have a propensity or a habit of paying attention to one aspect. And whatever aspect you pay attention to, you do it very well. You do it very good, very well, right? One of the hardest working individuals that I've ever seen is Pisces, right? Or zodiac signs. But at the same time, sometimes your life may be one monotone thing. You got to understand that your opposite sign is Virgo. So one monotone thing, one thing, over and over again. So it's like, and then that's when the disappointment is, because it's like you were disappointed when it came to love because you wasn't getting anything to your quality. And on top of not getting anything close to your quality, there's also a sense of you doing it over and over and over and over and over and over again. Instead of you being like, okay, you don't necessarily have to talk to everybody or whatever. You can chill out from that. talk to somebody here in this way, or do this and do that, right? Just understand when you're going to talk to somebody and get to know them and stuff like this, and just give yourself that variety where there's times where you won't talk, and then there's times where you will talk to some people or whatever. And you Pisces, if you ask me, a lot of you Pisces were just like, you're just gonna have a blanket and just try to speak to as many people as you possibly can without necessarily really kind of paying attention for quality. You'll just figure out the quality later. And you Pisces just need variety in y'all lives. It's nothing too serious as far as anything tragic is happening to you. You just need variety in your lives. But that's it for now. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Thank you for buying my books, by the way. I really appreciate it. Special place in my heart for people that want to read my thoughts, because that's how it is that I see my books, right? Doesn't sell as much as I would like it to, but it's like reading my thoughts. It's like somebody actually cares enough to legitimately like read my thoughts that is basically etched in stone, right? Technically, it's not etched in stone, it's etched in paper, but you understand what it is that I'm trying to say, right? It's my stance on something, right? That they can actually hold in their hands on top of that. But also, too, come through and get the readings. I do cybersecurity as well. So if you need any kind of help with your computers, a laptop, because a lot of these things nowadays, you know how it is with all this nonsense and all these people trying to get into your personal information, you may need some help. This is where it is I come into play. But the link to all of that is in the comment section below.